Good afternoon, everyone. Leader Schumer and I are ready to meet with anyone, anytime, at any place to discuss the issues that matter to the American people and avoid a painful Republican-caused government shutdown. Democrats do not support the partisan Republican spending bill because it continues to gut the health care of the American people. Our country is in the midst of an unprecedented Republican health care crisis. Republicans have enacted the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. Millions of people will lose access to care. As a result of the Republican One Big Ugly Bill, hospitals, nursing homes, and community-based health clinics are closing all across the country, including in rural America. More than 20 million Americans are at risk of experiencing dramatically increased health care costs, premiums, co-pays, and deductibles because of the Republican refusal to extend the tax credits connected to the Affordable Care Act. Medicare is facing a $536 billion cut at the end of the year as a result of the One Big Ugly Bill that Republicans jammed down the throats of the American people. And at the same time, Republicans have effectively ended medical research in the United States of America, including research for children with cancer. And in the Republican appropriations spending bill, they continue the assault on the public health infrastructure in this country, vaccine availability, the National Institute of Health, and the Centers for Disease Control. Democrats are ready, willing, and able to sit down with anyone at any place at any time to avoid the Republican-caused government shutdown that we are on the brink of experiencing, and in order to address the Republican health care crisis. It's clear that Donald Trump and House Republicans and Senate Republicans are running scared, which is why they refuse to even sit down and have a conversation to discuss the Republican government shutdown and the health care crisis that is going to cause people in the United States of America to die because of the actions that Republicans have taken and want to continue to undertake in ways that hurt the people I represent here in Brooklyn and folks all across this country. Questions?
Thank you, Mr. Leader. Good to see you. Is an agreement dependent on a meeting? Are you and Leader Schumer saying that in order to reach an agreement, a meeting has to take place first? And go ahead.
Yeah. We have to have a conversation with Donald Trump or Republican leaders in the Congress in order to try to find common ground in ways that can prevent a government shutdown. If Republicans expect Democratic votes, it's clear at the moment that Republicans are just determined to shut the government down. The partisan Republican spending bill failed. It does not have the votes to pass. They tried the my way or the highway approach, and they were shown the highway because the Republican spending bill guts the health care of the American people in ways that we as Democrats find completely and totally unacceptable. It's incredible to me that Republican leaders canceled votes in Washington, D.C. that was scheduled to take place next Monday and Tuesday on the eve of the government shutdown, meaning they don't even have any interest to show up and do their job in Washington, D.C. in order to address the Republican health care crisis and avoid a painful shutdown. Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. It's clear they have decided to shut the government down, which is why they've entered into no good faith conversations with Democrats to try to reach a resolution. Donald Trump agreed to the meeting and then, in an unhinged way, reversed course this morning.
Following up on that, he reversed the meeting according to reporting because Leader Johnson and Leader Thune, Speaker Johnson and Leader Thune told him that it would weaken their leverage. What's the irony in the fact that Leader Thune and Johnson wouldn't meet with you and Schumer because of Trump, and now Trump won't meet with you and Schumer because of Leader Thune and Speaker Johnson?
Donald Trump, House Republicans, and Senate Republicans are running scared because they don't want the American people to be faced with the reality of what they have done in the context of a White House meeting, because Republicans have done such damage to everyday Americans as a result of the health care crisis that is unconscionable, unacceptable, and un-American.
Peter, Trump is trying to make this about transgender surgeries for youth, for adults. Is that something the Democrats are negotiating on? And is that something you're willing to move on?
There is nothing about this moment and the need to fund the federal government that has anything to do with any issue other than the health of the American people, the safety of the American people, and the economic well-being of the American people, which includes trying to drive down the high cost of living because our country is too expensive. Donald Trump promised to lower the high cost of living in the United States of America on day one. But costs aren't going down, they're going up. Inflation is going up. Life has become more expensive in the United States of America because of failed Republican policies, including the Trump tariffs. Donald Trump is trying to hide all of that from the American people, which is why he does not want to sit down and have an open discussion with House and Senate Democrats that can be aired out in front of the American people. The statement that Donald Trump issued today was unhinged, and it related to issues that have nothing to do with the spending bill that is before the Congress and the need to try to avoid a government shutdown. Nothing to do with transgender issues or any of the other wild things from the standpoint of what actually is under discussion in the context of this meeting. Leader Schumer and I sent a letter that we publicly released on Saturday that made clear what the stakes are for the American people. And it related to the Republican health care crisis, the attack on Medicaid, the attack on Medicare, the attack on the Affordable Care Act, the attack on our hospitals, nursing homes, and community-based health clinics, and the attack on medical research. Period. Full stop.
What is the top priority for you then? I mean, in negotiations, is there one, what's the goal here?
Our top priority is to make sure that we cancel the cuts, lower the costs, and save health care for the American people. That's 8 words. Not difficult for Donald Trump to process. Cancel the cuts, lower the costs, save health care. 8 words. And we've been very clear that if Republicans want to go it alone, then go it alone. And continue to do damage to the American people. But as House Democrats, partnered in lockstep with Leader Schumer and Senate Democrats, we are not going to participate in the Republican effort to continue to gut the health care of the American people. That's immoral. And we want no part of it. Question?
This is off topic, but last night, former Vice President Kamala Harris, in talking about the mayoral race here in New York City, said that Zohran Mamdani is the Democratic nominee and he deserves the support of the party. Just wondering your thoughts on those comments, and do you plan on endorsing Mamdani yourself?
Haven't seen those comments, but I'll have more to say about the mayor's race sometime soon. Any last questions? Oh, sorry.
Sir, Leader, do you feel that you have a united front with your members and Leader Schumer's members?
The Democrats in the House and the Senate are united in our fight to protect the health care of the American people and push back against this partisan Republican effort to continue to jeopardize lives. The Republican assault on the health care of the American people is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it. It's a Republican assault on urban America, an assault on rural America, an assault on small town America, an assault on the heartland of America, and an assault on black and brown communities all across the United States of America. We've never seen anything like it. And people are going to die as a result of the Republicans' continued efforts to gut the health care of the American people. And Democrats have been crystal clear. Our position is not complicated. Cancel the cuts, lower the costs, save health care.
You mentioned that House Democrats will be back in Washington on Monday and Tuesday, even though there aren't any votes. What can we expect to see from House Democrats besides the private meeting that you all want?
Well, we will reconvene in Washington on Monday, notwithstanding the fact that Speaker Mike Johnson has recklessly canceled votes because Republicans clearly are driving the country toward a painful government shutdown, which, for the life of me, cannot be explained. Because Republicans have been spending all year saying they have a mandate and they control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And yet Republicans don't want to do their job and then act like Democrats are unwilling to fund the government. Of course we want to fund the government, but it has to be done in a way that is consistent with the health, the safety, and the economic well-being of the American people, period, full stop. And the assault on health care is one that we cannot participate in. And there are Republicans in the Congress, like Senator Lisa Murkowski, and Congress members, including Jen Kiggins, who recognize that something needs to be done to address the fact that millions of Americans are about to experience dramatic increases in their health care premiums, copays, and deductibles. Republicans in the House and Senate recognize that. That's the reality that we face because of the damage that Republicans continue to do to the health care of the American people. So we will be in Washington next week, ready, willing, and able to do our jobs. Shame on the Republicans for skipping town, canceling votes, walking away from meetings, and being unwilling to even be present in Washington, D.C. to vote to keep the government open. Thank you, everyone.
Does it feel strange to be on the other side of this now? Clean CR?
This is a dirty CR as far as we're concerned. It's a very dirty continuing resolution we voted against. Let me make that point.
Please.
The partisan Republican spending bill is a dirty bill. It's not a clean bill. It continues the Republican assault on the health care of the American people. What about that is clean? Democrats voted against the partisan Republican spending bill in March because it represented an assault on health care, veterans, housing, and nutritional assistance. We voted against the Republican spending bill in March. So the spending bill that they're putting before the Congress right now is a continuation of failed policies that already hurt the American people. It's a dirty bill. And it's why we do not support it. Thank you, everyone.